Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our Intersave on Championship Manager 0102. We've skipped ahead a little bit in time. We've played a couple of games, just trying to move through the season a little bit quicker than we have been. And we are up to the Milan Derby. We are playing in AC Milan even, at home, at the Giuseppe Meazza. It's going to be a massive game. Milan, as you can see from the ladder here, not playing too well this season. So hoping for a good result, but still an epic team to be coming up against for the first Milan Derby in this save. Now, quickly taking a look at the results that have taken place while I've been away. We'll just skip through a couple of them and look at the important ones. You have Lazio beating Piacenza 2-0, Castramain and Otto with the goals, Juan Pablo Sorin with the man of the match. Moving to the following day of fixtures, Atalanta have beaten Torino 3-2, Luciano Zauri with a goal and man of the match, Foglio with the goal and Rossini with a goal, Lucarelli and Ferrante with goals for Torino. None of the goals coming in the last minute, nothing sort of thrilling or exciting, but all focused around that halftime period. So would have been an absolute nail-biter for the Atalanta fans there. Next up, we have Roma beating Chievo 2-0. Roma are on a roll this season. Antonio Cassano with the goal, Marco Del Vecchio with the man of the match, and the goal for Roma there. Again, nothing really dramatic happening in this game, apart from Roma just cruising along in their campaign for 01-02. Juve have beaten Parma 4-1. Alessandro Del Piero and David Trezeguet with goals. Trezeguet with a brace and man of the match. Lastly, Mauro Camoranesi with a goal for Juve. Mark Bresciano, give it up for the Australian, has put in the performance for Parma. No heroics, nothing dramatic. 2 goals later on from Juve there in the 76th and 84th minute, so potentially you'd say that's after Parma have gone forward looking for that equaliser and instead they've conceded to themselves. Maybe this Brescia Udinese game, it's worth taking a look at because it was because they're quite close on the table. Tare there with a brace and the man of the match, Caballero with a goal for Udinese. So interesting there. Andrea D'Alessandro playing not so well. You'd expect him to play a little bit better, but quite young. What a hell of a debut for him. Quickly going to our competitions, looking at the UEFA Champions League. We've already got some qualifiers now that we're 5 games in. Instead of going through each match, let's have a quick look at each group and just see where everything stands. So here we have Group A, Real Madrid, PSV already going through, Parma and Slavia Prague dueling it out for the UEFA Cup spot in that group. As we go to Group B, Dortmund have already sealed things up. Juve, you'd have to say, are very close to going through there. Brann and Spartak Moscow, again, Brann looks like they've got the UEFA Cup spot. I'd be surprised if Spartak Moscow move up. Given the goal difference that we're looking at there, look, if that group isn't sealed, I'll go hey, frankly. Now, Man U, Panathinaikos, Nantes, and Maccabi Haifa. Maccabi Haifa out of this thing. They're dropping out of European competition at the end of the next game. However, the rest is up for grabs. Anyone, absolutely anyone, could go through from this group. You've got Man U playing Panathinaikos. If they play out a 1-1 draw, all of a sudden Nantes is on top of the group, and it's going to come down to goal difference. On goal difference, Man U are going to go through. If Panathinaikos win, obviously they'll go through. You'd expect Nantes to win, which means Man United go into the UEFA Cup. There's a lot of permutations in this group. Group D, Barcelona, Bayern, sealed, done, delivered. Shakhtar, UEFA Cup, it's over. Group D is a non-event heading into the last match day. Roma through with a perfect record in Group E so far and playing Dynamo Kiev in the next game, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's of no consequence anyway what happens there. Lyon, Dynamo Kiev are battling it out for that last spot, and who goes to the UEFA Cup? Halmstad, done. It's all over for them. Looking at the goal difference here, you've got a goal difference of 2 to the positive and 2 to the negative. Lyon, you'd have to say, are going to go through, given that they're playing Halmstad in the next match day. Group F, Lazio and Schalke through, it's sealed. Sparta Prague into the UEFA Cup, all over. Fat Lady is singing in that group. Celtic, Feyenoord, Deportivo and Rosenborg. This thing is wide open. Absolutely wide open. Rosenborg, in the right scenario, could go through. They are playing Feyenoord. If they beat Feyenoord, that'll put them onto 9 points. Their goal difference isn't looking great. If Deportivo lose against Celtic, all of a sudden Celtic and Rosenborg are through. If Deportivo win, they're on to 10 points, knocking Celtic down. Like, it could go a number of ways. Super exciting to see what happens there. And then lastly, after my heart, this group, after my heart, Leverkusen and Arsenal gone through. Lille and Olympiacos absolutely battling it out for the UEFA Cup, which is going to impact us at Inter to see who we might play in our next round. Moving back now, we'll go into the Inter Milan fixtures and see what's happened since our last game. So our last game was with Pogon. We've played Modena with a 2-1 win. It was a very workmanlike performance. It wasn't cruisy, but we weren't at great risk at many points either. Kamara with the goal for Modena. Vieri and Delmar with goals for Inter Milan. Delmar still justifying his spot, and Hernan Crespo has missed the penalty, which was absolutely devastating when it happened. Modena went on to score only 2 minutes after and things were level. Then we move into the match against Catania, the second leg of our Coppa Italia match. We were already on a 3-0 aggregate lead, so sweeping changes to the squad, really bringing in the backups and second string. Recoba coming on to score the goal for us. Gouli, Colon, Almeida, Conceição all having reasonably good games. Catania absolutely turned it on though. Have a look at some of those ratings. It wasn't an absolute canter, but we were never really at risk of going out of the Coppa Italia as a result of this game. Recoba scoring in the 83rd minute, Martusciello scoring in the 85th minute, and then immediately getting himself injured, which was very interesting. Now we've pulled Perugia in the second round of the Coppa Italia. It'll be extremely interesting to see how that goes, and I'm waiting with bated breath. We'll probably take a look at the first leg when we play it, and see how we're situated from there. If we actually go and show you the second leg, or I might just play that anyway. Now, looking at our team for the AC Milan game, Toldo in goal, Coco and Zanetti on the wings. I've got them mixed up, so let's switch them to the right wings. Zanetti and Coco on the wings, Cannavaro and Gamara in the middle, Almeida and Biagio in the middle. Conceição and Gouli are playing as our attacking wingers. Vieri and Crespo up front for us. Now, we have a hell of a lot of injuries. Delmar has been injured. He was injured in training and he's out for a few more days with a concussion. Emre is still out for a week with his groin strain. Zanetti is not coming back anytime soon. We may as well, I'll tell you what we'll do with him. Let's drop him to the reserve so it takes him out of our considerations. Cordoba, still out for a few more days. He was injured against Atalanta. So we're kind of scrimping and scraping for players. But we'll see how we go. Let's take a look at this Milan team. Let's have a look at their last match against Sampdoria. That was a 2-0 win, looks like in the Coppa Italia. They're playing an interesting formation. It's pretty hard to combat these sort of Christmas tree type formations. They really focus on the middle. So we'll see how we go, but some amazing players in here. Let's have a quick look at our scouting reports. He's not given us too much of a rating on a lot of these players. Look, if you're a cynic, you'd say there might be something suspicious going on here, but Serginho, Dario Simic, John Dahl Tomasson, Catalina, Aubameyang, Barella, Barocchi, Dida, Helveg, Martin Lawson, Ibrahim Bar, fantastic players. Alessandro Costa Curta, even incredible. If we were to sort by value, oh, there we go, we're on page 2. We're on page 2, we wanted to be on page 1. This makes far more sense. Massimo Ambrosini, Gennaro Gattuso, Filippo Inzaghi, Alessandro Nesta, Andrea Pirlo, Rivaldo, Rui Costa, Andriy Shevchenko, Christian Abbiati, Samuele Della Bona, Kakaba Kaladze, Vitaly Kutsov, Leonardo Palomandini, Clarence Seedorf. This is a who's who list of football in the early 2000s. An incredible team, and even made the Champions League final. I believe it was the year after, playing Juve. So we've got our work cut out for us right now. Let's jump into this match. Yes, happy with Zanetti's captain. Let's jump into this match and see what happens now. They've stuck with the formation we expected them to. They're playing defensive, they're playing direct, and they're getting men behind the ball. So for us, we're going to play into that. We're going to go attacking. We're going to play it mixed because we want that variability. We are going to tackle them hard. We are going to press them still. We're going to play the offside trap. You've kind of got to hope for the best. See what happens. Coco coming forward. This is looking promising. Almeida, Vieri. Oh, early chance. That would have been magnificent if Vieri had been able to put it away. Dibiagio. Crespo. Oh, keeper got to it. Conceição now. Almeida. Oh. Milana coming at us a little bit more now. Don't do us from a set piece. Oh, Goalie! We're getting a lot of great football here. We're clearly playing well. Almeida. Crespo, again the header. The header's just been easy for Dida to deal with. Oh, Conceição, yellow card. I think that's the second time I've seen him put in a similar challenge to that, so that was probably deserved. Vieri. Shevchenko, this is not what we want. Well done, Toldo, coming to our rescue there. Pizzo Milana certainly coming forward more than they were. Oh no, it's a set piece goal. For the performance that we've put in and all that great football we've played, we've got nothing to show for it. Our passes are going well, our tackles are going well, even our headers are going well in this game. When you look at the individual performances, Dibiagio is playing well, he's putting in a great shift. Our central defenders are still only putting up sixes. There's something with this tactic that the central defenders are not playing fantastically. Crespo, would have loved for him to have better shots or more shots on target. He seems to have missed a few chances. Looking at the Milan team, Dida is playing well in goal, which isn't surprising at all. Beyond that, they've not had many fantastic performances. Question is, do we stick to our guns? Again, they're defensive direct. They don't have men behind the ball anymore, so Arguably, they're more vulnerable to our attacks. Let's maintain as we have been. Those first 10 minutes, oh, we are getting slaughtered. Slaughtered by clinical finishing, it seems. Gamara has been exposed a couple of times now, so Marco Materazzi is going to come on for him. DiBiagio is moving forward. We're going to stop these runs. I was hoping to bring them forward a little bit further, but I can't. Let's start bringing everyone forward a little bit more. Increase these runs. Play direct. We'll tackle normal. There's not much more we can do. They've certainly set everyone to defend here. They're probably going to hit us on the counter. If we lose this game after losing to Roma, our job is in trouble. There's nothing more I can say. We will be in trouble. Coco, nothing threatening. Dieter again has saved the Milan goal. We're putting on the pressure, we just haven't managed to finish. Vieri, oh. The fat lady is lacing up her corset here. She's getting ready to sing. She's doing the vocal warm-ups. And there she goes. Belting out Madam Butterfly. We're done. We're cooked. 2-0 loss. More chances, more shots on target, more passes completed, more tackles won, more headers won. Offsides were so-so. We've committed more fouls, which we'll take. What do you do? What do you do? They were just the better side on the day. They were far more clinical. We've had there's nothing rubbish, but there's nothing outstanding on their side of the sheet. Andrea Pirlo's done us with a 9 rating his goal, and Leonardo as well with that goal from the free kick. We had more possession. There's nothing I can say. There is nothing I can say. We're down to 5th, just ahead of Brescia. Still in touch with Atalanta and Bologna, but losing touch with the Romans, who Roma on top there, starting to gap everyone, and Lazio sitting in second, 2 points behind. Let's jump out, have a quick look at the results of the top 5. So Bologna have drawn 0-0 with Juve, Falcone with the man of the match, and it looks like Bologna were certainly the better team in this game. Brescia, let's have a look, they're in 6th. Tare again with a double. Soldati with a double in the man of the match for Empoli. Both braces, it's rare to see, but looks like it was a fairly attacking affair, so that would have been an interesting one to watch. Lazio have beaten Parma. Fernando Couto with the goal and man of the match and an 8 rating. Nothing spectacular happening for the Parma team. Again, Adrian Mutu, Matteo Briaghi. You'd expect better. Marco Marchioni, Sebastian Frey, Paolo Cannavaro. You'd really want better results from Parma, and they're only sitting in 11th. Now, top of the table clash. Roma and Atalanta. 2-1 win to Roma. Cassano and Del Vecchio again with goals. Cafu with the man of the match. Comandini with the goal for Atalanta. Anything last minute? No. Vincenzo Montella's been injured. That's 2 weeks with a twisted knee. Whew. Wow, and it was a wet game too. Roma, looking at those shots, you'd have to say that they possibly dominated. Again, going on the possession, that only acts to support that. So, with that, we'll bring episode 9 to a close. Having a look at the table there, you can take a look at that in your own time. But until the next video, stay safe, look after yourselves, and we'll see you next time.